Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders for KW Bonsai. Today we're looking at our spruce trees. I've been watching these trees. The new buds have been coming out, the needles are coming out, and I've been watching them for the ideal time to pinch them back, which is about now when our new growth is still soft, still compact, but it's pushed out. And I'll give you a close-up of that so you can see when the ideal time to pinch the buds back is. So this is the best time to pinch the buds back. You can see they're still very soft. They've come out. You can see all the needles. So my plan for these spruce trees is to pinch them back now, prune their growth back as far as we can, and then towards fall we're going to wire the branches down. And then we're going to let it grow again next year, and then 2 years from now I hope to dig it up and get it into a training pot. So that's the plan. The best time to wire spruces is in fall. I've read that if you wire them in spring you can lose branches. So we'll let them develop energy over the summer. Then we'll wire them down in fall, still in the ground. We'll let them grow again in spring. Hopefully a lot of those branches will set in position, and then the next year we'll dig them up. And when I do wire it, I'm going to overwire it, which means that I'm going to bend the branches down more than I actually want to have the final branch position, because spruce branches spring up with time. So if you overwire them and they spring back up, you'll get them close to the position you want without wire eventually. It'll take quite a few years probably to permanently kind of set the branches. Spruces are the kind of trees that you're always wiring. Branches are so flexible that they'll come up. Even on an old established branch, it'll slowly creep up in height. So that's the plan. So today, the first thing we're going to do is try and prune back the tree as far as we can. So I'll come in close and I'll show you what I mean. So on a branch like this, you can see we have a lot of foliage out of the tips. And then back in here, we've got a lot of buds that have come out. And even some way back in here. So we want to remove this outer foliage, and these new tips that are in closer to the trunk line will take over as the branch tips. And this will bring the tree in. On spruces, it's easy to grow the triangle silhouette out. It's very easy. It's very hard to make it more compact. So today we're going to try and make it more compact. The first step, I'm going to prune the branches back as far as I can, and then after that we'll pinch the buds. And again, any growth that's going upwards you want to remove. You want to keep your horizontal or downward facing growth. So we're going to take off some of these upper parts. Anything growing back in towards the trunk you want to take off. There's actually one we can take this right off here. So you just want to examine every branch and take it back as far as you can. And also remove any vertical growth. And you want to try and keep your branches in a fairly nice line to the branch. You don't want them all kinking and that. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go over this tree first and do our basic structural pruning and pushing the tightness of the triangle shape back as far as we can. Okay, so we've done as much as we can with structural pruning. Some branches I could get shorter, others I couldn't. And I've been doing, removing upward facing growth. Some of the tip clusters where there's 3 buds coming out in one spot, I've been reducing it to 2 buds. Especially at the top of the tree where we're trying to keep our We're trying to keep our vigor down and encourage vigor in the lower part of the tree. So the next thing is to actually start pinching the buds. So what we're going to be doing is basically, we don't want to pinch the lower part of the tree as much. We want to keep vigor down there. And the upper part of the tree we want to pinch quite tightly. So the upper part of the tree, we're going to pinch it back probably by 2/3. So we're going to leave about 1/3 of the new growth on it. And the lower part of the tree, we'll just pinch the tips, and we'll probably leave 2/3 of the buds down low on. So I'll just show you what we do. So here we go with the bud pinching. This can just be done by hand. So up top, we want to grab the base of the new shoot in our fingers, and we're pinching out about 2/3 of it. Again here, you just pull it, grab it. So you always want to leave some needles of the new growth on there. There's another one. Grab it at about 1/3, pull the top 2/3 off. So that's what you want to do for the upper part. For the medium vigor parts of the tree, we want to leave a little more, so we're going to prune about half of it off. Like so. And then we'll go down low. So here we are on the lower branches, and we want to just prune about 1/3 of them off. So we're going to grab it at the 1/3 point and just pinch the tip. Like so. So this keeps more vigor in the lower branches and takes vigor out of the top branches. And we want to pinch every tip. If we don't pinch the tips, we won't get subdividing. Next year the tip will just keep growing straight. So this way we'll get ramification, some movement to the branches. Okay, so that's what we're doing. The top, we're pruning back to 1/3. Middle of the tree halfway, and the bottom of the tree we're just pruning 1/3 off. So we're taking more out of the top, less out of the bottom to kind of balance the vigor of the tree. So we'll come back when that's all done. Okay, so I finished pinching the tree back. You can see that it's the foliage looks more balanced. Now when you are pinching, I told you to, pinch 2/3 off the top, 1/3 off the bottom, half in the middle. That's very theoretical. If you do encounter a really vigorous shoot, you can pinch it back more if it's on the bottom. The idea is to equal the balance of vigor in the tree. So if you have some, really weak buds up top, you may not want to pinch them much, just the tip off them, and that kind of thing. So you have to adjust for the tree. If there's some shoots that are kind of shaded out that you want to grow out longer, pinch just the tip off, let them grow out so they get more sun. So you kind of have to adjust it for the tree. So that's it for today. We'll let the tree grow for the summer. It may get a second spurt of growth on it this year, we'll see. If so, we'll be doing the same techniques to that new growth when it comes out. Don't worry if you missed some of your shoots, like I missed this one. You'll notice it as they start to harden off and grow. You can always go back and pinch it off later. So don't be too worried about, getting every new shoot pinched back on the tree all at once. If you notice one sticking out, we'll prune it back another day. So that's it for today. We've pruned our structure as tight as we can get it to the trunk of the tree, and we've pinched off the new growth. So Nigel Saunders for KW Bonsai. We'll see you next time.